Artificial intelligence can be used to further our understanding of physics and mathematics. It can be used to go to places where we cannot go as humans, where we are unable, and it can be used for more productivity and efficiency.
Artificial intelligence can be used to collect and analyze, make decisions on data without the need for humans. There are many situations in which humans are unable to collect data that may prove valuable for further research opportunities. For example, areas of high radioactivity, such as Hiroshima or Nagasaki, in these situations, AI can prove as a valuable tool to collect data. AI presents more accurate data and takes in all the necessary factors into consideration. Without AI, the decisions that take, for example, a machine a few seconds could take humans days.
AI is the latest in technology to produce more goods and services more efficiently. It requires less labor. It's already being put in use in farming. So we already have great seeds and fertilizers, but machines can decide whether or not plants, crops are ready to be taken. This increases the yield and makes sure that all what we take is good quality. This increases the standard of living.
AI can be used to further our understanding of physics and mathematics. AI can analyze and compute information in a matter of seconds, when physicists and mathematicians and programmers would take days. Working with AI, we can explore concepts that were previously unattainable, like the Banach-Tarski principle or fractals. These things were previously unattainable for us, but with artificial intelligence exponentially growing, we could in fact explore these in detail. Thank you.
Well, with further development, AI can take over many different jobs. So we would have less farmers, we would have even doctors. In a surgery, AI can take in all the information and make a decision that could help save lives. And these displaced laborers can then fill other jobs, so maybe teachers or special needs. Different things like this can be done, and AI will ensure that there are people available to do it too. So we won't have to work long hours, we would have a higher standard of living, and we would have the opportunity to do more things. Thank you.
Overall, AI opens a whole new world of opportunities for humans, doing things that we would never be able to do without artificial intelligence. Thank you.
Like you've stated, you said that they're taking job opportunities. You're saying that they're replacing surgeons, they're replacing farmers. How is that better for us? How is that good for mankind if we are replacing mankind? If we do this, maybe our income will be more productive as a country because we're all technologically influenced now. But as people, we will become lazier because we ourselves are producing less. We are working less. You say it helps us because it decreases our hours. Why do I want to decrease my hour of work? I want to be grateful and thankful for that the work I'm putting in is going to get me somewhere. I want to know that what I am doing is going to lead me into an advancement. The work that I put in, the gratitude that you feel from human work is much more than that you receive from artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence does aid us, but like you said, it is exponentially growing, like you stated. If it is exponentially growing, it might be helping us on certain lengths right now. But if it is growing, then to what extent will it be growing? To what limit are we willing to let it reach? Where it can replace us? Is that where we're going with artificial intelligence? Is that why we're letting it grow that much?
The opposition also stated that these machines and this artificial intelligence will replace doctors and teachers. Now, speaking on a small scale, teachers are people who have to analyze the situation in a room, see their students, see what they're capable of. When artificial intelligence is programmed a certain way, they are not capable of doing the same job as teachers where they are able to see and analyze what is going on in front of them. Unlike artificial intelligence, which is programmed to work one way and one way only.
To add to what my colleague said, if it were to replace a teacher in a classroom, every student in that classroom is unique and different from the student sitting next to him or her. If I put one robot in that room, for example, or let's say I use systems that are dedicated to one certain way, how is a robot incapable of empathy, sympathy, of analyzing each student and what they are made of? Because as humans, we are made of our hearts and our minds, not our minds only. So if robots were to detect our logic in a classroom, how are they able to tell me and what I require than the student sitting next to me? Maybe they need more attention. Will a robot know that? Will a robot only think, let me teach this subject in class, let me put this information? The delivery that a teacher has to give the information to each unique student is why it is not good for our mankind. What sticks our mankind together is our humanity. It is mankind. If we introduce this to mankind, it is negative.
As previously stated, artificial intelligence causes laziness for humans and less productivity of human work. Since we're already arguing about how phones and technology are separating us, think of it on a larger scale. How is it going to negatively affect us by isolating us? Wouldn't it? When technology is going to take over, everything around us just becomes technological. What's going to happen then?
How many of us now, almost every movie we see, every science fiction book, they all talk about where technology is going to go, where it's going to lead us, and they all have negative endings of like bombings and robots taking over, right? So why are we willing to let artificial intelligence expand to that extent of the fear that we do not want in our countries or in front of our families? Why are we allowing artificial intelligence to take over? Man was created, and we are very pleased that we are able to produce such intelligent objects. But are we willing to let that go to a point where the artificial intelligence can think for itself, as studies are now trying to do, to take over us humans so we become subjected to the influence of artificial intelligence and not the other way around? That is the negative aspect on mankind. Mankind rules mankind. Mankind helps mankind better itself. We do not produce artificial intelligence so that it takes over our jobs, takes over our living, takes over everything we have put our hard work for, just so that we can become lazier or more comfortable with our surroundings and everything that's happening, to make our lives a little easier. Hard work is important. Hard work improves our character. It builds one person from the other. That is why advancing artificial intelligence, maybe physics and math, it helps us reach new lengths. But will you learn from a robot, physics or math? Will you learn from that teacher who has dedicated their entire lives to feeding you and teaching you every single detail from their personal experience with the subject, that they can tell you that can reach different lengths than a robot can?
Studies are now advancing robots and technologies to reach lengths where they can think for themselves. We're going places where robots are going to be able to think for themselves. I mean, how can we allow something like that to happen? That is a human aspect that should remain in the capable hands of humans. This is not something that we can allow to happen.
Like I said before, we're made of our heart and our mind. If we control them and we allow artificial intelligence to reach a point where it does take different jobs, let's say a glitch happens, the robot diffuses or something happens negatively. If a person were to make a mistake, sometimes it can be fixed. But with a robot, it's over.
A robot cannot harm a human. They are bounded by Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. A robot may not injure or allow harm to come to a human. A robot must obey humans, and a robot must protect its own existence as long as it does not disobey the first 2 laws. All those movies that you see where robots take over the world, they slaughter humans, that is not true. It's a movie. It's a movie created for your entertainment. It's fictional. All robots are bounded by these laws. They cannot harm you, and they will never harm you.
Adding to the point about movies, if we portrayed artificial intelligence the way it really could be, in a positive way, would any of us watch it? No. That's why they're movies. They're there for us to be entertained. They aren't reality. Furthermore, it was said that we're going places where robots can think for themselves. This is false, as we are in control of the robots. We have built robots, not someone else. The robots don't build themselves. We're the people who create them and build our software into them. They cannot think for themselves if we are the creators.
We have no need to fear machinery. We have created it, and it can make new connections. It can identify things, but it cannot create on its own. We are in control, and even if it takes some of our jobs, it gives us more time. We can dedicate our hearts and our minds to things that interest us even further. We can explore, we can find new fields, new industries, things that could, in further generations, change the world, even more than we think now. They say that in the last 20, 30, 40 years, that the world has changed more than it has in the last couple hundred. But with AI, with more time on our hands, what could we create?
It was previously stated by the opposition that AI cannot replace teachers because they do not have the heart or the mind of a human. However, AI can analyze every single emotion you feel. They can analyze every single facial expression, every single emotion you feel, because, let's be honest, emotions are just chemical releases in your body, which computers can detect. Artificial intelligence can detect it.
Furthermore, we are not saying that you shouldn't work hard. We're saying you should work hard, but wouldn't it be more sensible to work smart?
In tandem, artificial intelligence is good for humanity because it can help us further our understanding of our own world. It can help us take control of situations that were previously uncontrollable, like volcanoes or radioactive areas. It can increase productivity with jobs. It can make us more happy. It can reduce our work hours and increase efficiency. As we have been evolving since day one as humans together, we sit together and we move forward for tens and thousands of years. Today, we take an instrument and we move forward 1 billion years.
What is mankind? Mankind is our humanity. It's what differentiates us from objects of strict calculation. It is our emotions that differentiate us from AI. If we increase AI, we decrease human bonding. We isolate humans from each other and allow our world to become one, controlled by strict reason, deprived of empathy and humanity, which is meant to keep us together. All we fear is that fiction becomes reality.
Thank you.
Thanks.